Hey, I am back again. I haven't done a lot of update videos on my current weaponry, and it's because I don't want mind your damn business. That's why. But no, I'm actually fucking with you guys. But I just wanted to get my loadout right this year. I felt like over the last few years I spent so much time like, oh, I'm gonna upgrade this, then we're gonna do that, then we're gonna do that, and I took you guys on the whole journey. And I kind of just got bored of doing that. I'm gonna be real with you. If you notice, a lot of the stuff you guys be seeing on the channel these days is like second-hand projects. It's like I've gone to a airsoft shop or a sales group or a marketplace, or do you know what I'm saying, anywhere where they're selling stuff in job lots or for good prices, and I've just picked random parts and just been like, what am I going for? And I'll get a gearbox up and running. And then once, depending on what kind of gearbox, whether it's a high torquey type gearbox or whether it's a speed gearbox, I would then build the body around it type thing. So this is how we've ended up with this bad boy, because this is essentially what you guys saw in the G&G body before. Obviously the gearbox, I did a lot of re-rigging and stuff. I've kept the motor the same 25k, and then since I've done a lot of spraying and stuff, because I eventually plan to go full well, maybe not full tan, but I probably will do the front half tanned and then maybe go for a crazy color on the bottom, because it would be nice to have like a green and tan gun. But at the same time, I want to be able to game this gun over a season, so that it makes sense spending all this money. One thing I did want to talk about that I didn't get to actually put on the channel is this thing right here, which is pretty quite cool. It's not the best one I've seen on the market, but I think it's the most affordable one that gives you the functionalities. So essentially what this is the Nuprol PQ15 laser light module. So essentially what that is in unalien terms is it's a pet box. It's a pet box that allows you, will it show you what's happening? So essentially, I'll flick it to the camera because you can't really see what's happening, but can you guys see that? Okay, it flashed up over the camera a bit, so you might be able to see it. I'll have to do another video from a different angle, so you guys can have a look. And essentially, these different functions, as you flick it, rotate it, essentially, you just get different functionalities. So the one I'm currently on gives you the laser and the light function. One of them just gives you the light function, one of them just gives you the laser function, and then I've got like a paddle on it as well that kind of gives me that same function right at the top. You can kind of put the paddle wherever as long as the wire can route to that place. Some might be like, oh, what's the need? I liked it for the look of realism, because this gun in the end I went for a more heavier body. Though it's a cheap Nuprol body, it's a heavy ass body, and that's what I was going for with this build. I wanted realism, because a lot of people before was like, oh, the gun shoots so fast, and oh, the gun shoots this and that. They had so much complaints about it, so I was like, alright, what I'm gonna do is level the playing field. So when people say, oh, he's cheating, it's like, well, you pick up my gun, and if you can do what I just did to you with my gun, then you can bitch and moan. But I purposely put obstacles in my way, because I felt like when this gun was in the other body with a different setup, it was bullying. It was actually, especially when I had this gun on auto, it was actually bullying. So I wanted to level the playing fields and not have to lose my weapon in the field of it becoming this crazy ass weapon. No, like, it's actually a respectable weapon right now. It has even a little recoil because we upgraded the spring. But that wasn't what today's video was about. I need to change the rail that this thing is sitting on, because I kind of did a cowboy job. I don't tend to do cowboy jobs. Well, I don't do cowboy jobs on other people's builds, but obviously this is my build and I like having ideas. Oh, Nuprol, let me finish talking about this quick before I move on. So it costs about 70 quid. I know the average person is going to be like, oh, that's a little expensive. It's not. You get a light and a laser in one. If you buy, like I did, the batteries for it where it has a Type-C connector, it's rechargeable forever. Do you get it? Plus it looks bloody cool and makes the gun look mad realistic. And who doesn't like a Peq box? A functional one as well, because there's bare motherfuckers just walking around with their dummy Peq boxes, and I'm looking at them like, yeah, you look nice, but if you were to take a tumble, that thing's gonna break. But yeah, and another thing I like about this is it's BB proof. I've been in quite a lot of battle with this, and I've heard the BBs ping, 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 ping. Not one piece of damage. You can have a look for yourself. It actually still looks very brand new, to be fair. So y'all can let me know. And I'm not getting paid to promote it, but for a long time I stayed away from spending big money on pet boxes, but I managed to find one second hand. How much did I pay for this? I paid 30 quid. So I almost got it, like I got it less than half price, which I can't go wrong because the bloody thing was brand new and it was in its case. I got its case up there, got like some of my barrel ends in it and stuff. Key features, multiple modes, hard plastic storage case. Yeah, the case is pretty decent. Like I said, I'm storing other stuff in it. Torch and laser, and they're decent. They're not the best on the market, but I really like the laser because with lasers you can always tell when they're hella cheap. This one isn't the most expensive laser, but it's nice. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that I've still got it on the gun several weeks later, you know, because I'm a person, if something bothers me, I'm just gonna take it off the gun the next week. You know what I'm saying? Red laser, IR laser, which is another thing that I was kind of like, what's the difference? I was trying to work out essentially what is the difference, but I think an IR laser is probably an infrared laser of some format. So like I said, I think this is something I've just got to test the more I have the gun, and I'd also probably have to have an infrared camera, or yeah, an infrared camera to be able to see that infrared light, because if not, I'm trying to work out what would I use an infrared laser for. Like, do you get it? Like maybe to signal my friend I'm there. I don't know. Maybe in night games, but I don't really play night games. I just play CQB or outdoors. Removable pressure switch included. Yeah, that thing is pretty decent. It's not the best one, but it's decent. It's decent. There's other stuff I could talk about on it, but I just wanted to show you guys, 'cause I haven't done a lot of like unboxing and reviews, and bruv, I'm trying to look after my mental health out here. And to be honest, I feel like I want to give other people a chance to grow on my channel, like Airsoft Cowboy, like Kieran, like Levi. Like there's a lot of people like Huntress, Crimson. There's a couple people, Peanut. There's a lot of people I'd like to help grow where I can, do my little part to help them grow. So yeah, man, just trying to give people the space on the channel to grow. So you'll see a lot more content from them. So obviously it screws on using one screw, which I love, on this little movable metal thing. And I just like it. It's just cool because I've seen like more squared off ones, and I'm not getting paid from at this rate, bruv. Nuprol, y'all should sponsor me, G. I have so much patches. I have so much. I've been promoting you guys high cappers for like 2 years. Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? I've even put a high grade gun inside one of you guys' M4 body. What's going on here, Nuprol? But yeah, let's keep it moving. But yeah, like I said, I did kind of like a cowboy job. I don't know if you guys can see this. Like, my handguard is this long, but let me spin it to the cam. But if you can see, I did a little cowboy job. Don't judge me. It was the rail's fault. The rail has like this thing that sits in the middle, and obviously that meant that I couldn't push the rail all the way back, then screw it in. It meant that I had to kind of seat it a bit forward, so that thing in the middle could sit through the holes in my rail, which was a bit annoying on the day, but it solved the problem, because what I was trying to do was work out if... Oh, I did it tight that day, innit? Work out if the pet box would work on this gun on the side, because before I was running it on the top, but where I had put the pressure pad, or I was looking for a new place to put the pressure pad, I had to kind of move it for the moment. And I kind of like the idea of having a scope camera on this gun, or just having a scope camera slot on my gun. So I kind of wanted it to be on a rail at the side, because then it at least gives me the ability to use the top rail for other things, essentially. Because I don't know if you notice, you guys haven't seen that gun on the channel yet. I'll show you guys. I'll do another video at the end of the week. I basically got an ARP now in my loadout, and I know y'all probably want to see it, so I'll bring that up at some point. This just was meant to be a quick video. But and don't worry, I don't treat y'all's guns like mine. It's just cause it's mine, I don't care. Well, I do care, but I don't. That's how I learn, man. If I did everything all gentle and soft, I wouldn't be able to give you guys good advice on you guys' guns, cause I wouldn't have messed it up. I'd rather mess it up on mine than anyone's. But yeah, like I said, the point I was trying to make was most of my guns don't have anything on the side handguard. I don't really like to run rails there. So when you see me put a rail or something there, I must really like that gun or really like the attachment, because I like the ability. I'll see if I can show you guys quick. I like the ability to grip, because then when I need to do things like weave and park the gun up and then get round the corner real quick, or get in and then back out, or out and then back in, like, it's easier to do. Whereas if there's a whole attachment, the movement's slightly different, the control over the gun is different, because you're holding three-quarters of the rail as opposed to the whole rail. Do you get it? Like, I've got some kind of leverage on the rail right here, on here, and I'm in control of the other side of the rail. So yeah, not to sound like some gun specialist, but certain little things I've learned that work for my gameplay and allow me to get a certain level. So yeah, and it's such a shame because I like the tan and black thing that I be doing. So I am gonna save this rail and donor it to maybe my other gun, because maybe I'll put something, maybe I will put a rail on the other gun, because I feel like, you guys are gonna make me show you this gun tonight, and I really didn't want to do that. So I'm looking at the gun and I'm like, maybe this rail will fit. 2 seconds, I want to see if this rail fits. And the crazy thing is, the rail looks like the perfect size, but I'm like, do I have enough energy in my body to stay up and put another rail on another gun? Luckily the other gun doesn't have a rail. It kind of does have a rail that needs to come off it, but it's not a screwed on one. But yes, I do like it, and yeah, big up MGP CQB. Like, a lot of people don't know about that brand. My grip is theirs as well, my stock is theirs as well. They are pretty good, but I'm not going to do promo because y'all ain't paying me. What was I trying to do? So I need a black rail that's actually for this handguard, so it's the right size. Got some, this is where I like to save parts. My friends call me an airsoft hoarder, but I don't mind, because on days like this where I need stuff, do you see, I've got the actual part that came with the gun, or came with the handguard, should I say. It might just work, you know, because then it could sit right there, and then I've still got a gap to kind of like put a finger to secure the gun. I kind of like that. And then it still sits there and it's not too far, and then I could make it seat a little further back as long as it's not in the way. Yeah, man. And I really do like these custom builds here, because you get to proper go through the journey and like really fall in love with the weapon, because I've basically seen every side of this gun, every part of this gun, from the grip to inside the buffer tube to before it had this thing at the top. Like, yeah, man, it's what, like, I don't know. I say I don't know. There's some people that was at Splatoon the other day with us, and a lot of them was like, oh, you really set out 2 whole games to get this gun up and running. But yeah, because when you, it's almost like, I don't want to sound like weird, but it's almost like a child. Like when you have a child, seeing that thing do what you built it to do, there's no experience like it. Like, yeah, I had to sit out a game and a half, nearly 2 games, but once the gun was working, and do you know what the maddest thing is? The gun was working the whole time. The problem for some reason was the motor jumping inside the grip for some reason was kicking off the positive wire. So every, I don't know, 20-30 shots, and I do know why it was happening. It was because this isn't even the grip from the Nuprol body. This is the grip from an Amoeba body, but I went for this grip because I really like the grip. Like, it's probably the first grip I've felt, and I'm like, oh, you're slim and I can grip you. And not to say that there ain't great grips in the game. Like I remember for ages on the channel I went on about the Lancer tactical one, from the LT35 for ages, because that's probably the most great grip box standard on a cheap gun that I've ever come across. But or maybe even the 556 from Double Eagle, because there's a few of them now. Like there's a lot of companies who are really starting to understand that grips are important, especially on cheap guns, because the users don't always have money and leverage to go and buy an upgrade PTS grip or find something custom to them that works. So you want to put something on that platform that any user can kind of use, especially for people like sites that want to buy rental guns and they're just not sure what type of players they're going to get through the doors. So yeah, I can't even remember what was my point there. It's like I like giving myself problems, you know, because I chose the biggest one. But I'm sure I chose the biggest one because, and in theory I should have took up the grip and done this, because this would have been so much more easier. And I know YouTube is gonna go off at me. They're gonna be like, there's a so much easier way to do that, but I like the hard way. Leave me alone. And I'm kind of doing it this way on purpose, because what I'm trying to do is work out, will I have leverage to pull it off during gameplay? Because I've had times that I put on and don't seat, and I've had things that I put on and they just don't seat well, or you think they seat well, and like, I don't know, halfway through the day you're like, oh, where's my grip gone? And you're like, oh, this bloody thing wasn't seating properly. And this is not a proper hard job to do, you know. It's because I've chosen the most annoying way to do it. I should have just took the rail off, because if the rail was off it would already be done. But like I said, I like the hard way of doing things, people, so don't judge me if this doesn't work. Yeah, do you see, all I need you to do now is just grip. Oh, I see what the problem is. You're not centered. I can genuinely imagine the comments. But I like to do it the hard way, because you actually learn. And it's so funny because it's only 2 screws. But I'm like, why is it? I think it's because there's not enough leverage. Yeah, because you see, if there's enough leverage, it should just go in. So I think where this screw is too big for that. But I'm like, how do I have screws in that bag? That's too... Unless there's multiple screws and I'm using the wrong... Oh, it's because there's 4 for that. Because there's 2 more that bolt in and there's 2 donut. Because I've got more screws for the rail that basically allow the rail to sit more securely on the front end of the gun. But I chose not to put all 6 in, because realistically, on days like now, say I did want to take the rail off, I'd have more stress. I'd have 8 screws as opposed to just 1 down here, 1, 2. Once those come off, the rail slides off. And I kind of like that idea, because the way they screw in makes the rail secure. I can't physically take this off. I'd probably screw the rail off the gun before the rail comes off the gun. Do you get it? But I see what the problem is. I've chosen the wrong screw. Probably my tired brain as well that did that. But will that one grab it? That's the real question. That's too big. Hopefully that one will grab it. I need an Allen key set. Y'all recommend me an Allen key set, like a really good one. Maybe even an electronic one. I should buy something bougie. That list is very long. I've probably teched over 300-400 guns by this point. You can slide that in, but I think what might be the problem here is that screw is not your average screw that would screw into a rail attachment like this. so you'd probably have more leverage to kind of rock it in. So I'm learning as a tech, okay, when the screws are below a certain centimeters or inches or whatever, there's just no point trying to do this. This is even a learning curve, because up until this point it's been a good idea to do. But that's a note, because it might just be specific to this rail, and like I said, it might even just be specific to these screws. This company might be the only company that sends out that length screws, so these are also things to take into consideration. But now you see why I always test stuff, because you won't know that. Your brain will assume as a tech that every company does it the same, but that ain't always the truth. There's some companies that are very innovative, or they want to bring their own kick to the game, or do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man, it was actually a useful thing to know, because even me, like if like say on my next custom build, for example, I would use screws with slightly more leverage than what these ones have, because this is basically no leverage. It's struggling to even make it. But is it because it wants me to attach it to a specific part of the rail? Yeah, I don't think it was me bugging, you know, because if you ever look, even now, it's like there's not enough leverage. Just about enough, like, to make it, and that's not secure, because all it takes is the Peq box to get some kind of pressure put on it. Yeah, 2 seconds, people, because I still don't like the length of that screw. So I'm like, unless they've sent another length, so maybe there's 3 lengths in there. And that's the screw I took off there, but that doesn't quite. To be honest, that looks better than the one I took out a second ago. Sometimes you don't want too much leverage, but yeah, you can see even that one's too short. I might have to go into my screw box and look for some screws, because I think the screws they sent me is just not long enough to go through the row. So even earlier, that means that my thing should have worked, but it didn't work because there just wasn't enough leverage. I can see it, man. Look at that. There's like 1 inch, bro. Y'all really want something to be secure on 1 inch. I'm gonna try something else, because I've got different clip attachments as well, so we'll try that, see if that helps. I just find this wild though, because the average guy won't know to do this. So I'm like, what was Nuprol thinking? Yeah, do you see that clip works? So that's secure and nice, and it gives me the ability to move it. So the clip you guys sent is good, but separate the bags, because an average user won't know. And I think it's partly me where I'm tired, but the average user won't know that. Do you get what I'm saying? The average user won't. And you have to remember, sometimes what we do is similar to me. I open the product, I put it on my item, and then a time came where, like, obviously I didn't use all of the stuff, so a time came like today where I needed to go back to the stuff, and obviously I'm not remembering what's in the bag. So you guys have to be very clear, because like I said, the average person ain't gonna get this. And even now I can see another potential problem. It's like you guys have put it on a rail and given me rails that ain't even long enough. Like, what? All the rails are the same, right? Yeah, like, Nuprol, what are you guys thinking, man? This was actually meant to be a quick video as well. And I know a hack as well, because I've done this enough times, but I'm like, come on, man, the average user ain't gonna know these hacks. So we're gonna get you on first, and then we're gonna try and attack the other one. I don't even think that's gonna go in, bruv. Look at the size of that. But again, that's probably the screw head size fitting, I guess. Does that have anything to screw into? No. Right, because it would be screwing into that, so I can't even do that just yet. Annoying. I could put one in there, but then now it can't go over that. Yeah, man, y'all built this a bit flawed. Just about, like, the ideas are in your heart was in the right place when you put this together, Nuprol, but that you didn't foolproof it. Because even me, look, how much leverage have I got? 1, 2. And even if I lock it, it's still gonna have movement by 3, 4 inches. You could rock it back a little. But that's cutting it close, man. Look how close that is. The stuff we go for as airsofters to get things the way we want them. Because I can feel it, that's not locking into nothing that's gonna come out. And this is the rail that they gave me to put on it, so I'm just like, what was you guys actually thinking? Because it doesn't, the rail doesn't line up. So what I was just doing a second ago was probably the smartest thing, because it was the only way. I'm gonna use a longer screw. That's the solution here. It's just annoying because now there's something that's gonna potentially scratch my barrel because these idiots didn't think it through. Maybe I could go something like a clip, but it's like, will the clip even sit after it goes through something? 2 seconds, I'm gonna look for a longer screw. Like the length of the screws they gave me, they're just too short. I'm trying to manipulate this. Let's try this length, because then it gives me enough to go through that. It seats. Is that too long though? Yeah, it's slightly shorter. Maybe about that length. Yeah, give that a go. Because by the time you go through the rail, that's alright. It's not perfect length, but let's see if there's something slightly shorter. The thing is, you want leverage on the screw, but you don't want too much leverage, or else you just got bare screws like from different directions going through your rail. That's a bit longer, isn't it? Yeah, for as much. What about you? Same size. I think we're gonna give that size a go, because I think that's the longest but shortest that makes sense, and that looks too short. That looks like, oh, I think I found the perfect size. There we are. That's the size I'm talking about, because they've almost got it but they haven't, bro. Do you see? You're missing like maybe 1.5 inches. They almost had it, you know. Nuprol, you almost had it, but yeah, man, you missed it, bro. Like 1.5 inches. And it's so interesting because you see, look at the difference in that. You probably can't even see that on the camera yourselves, guys, but look at these 2 screws. The difference is literally that much. Crazy. And you'd have thought as a manufacturer, like, bruv, you would have sat with the gun like I'm sitting with it now, or the rail at least, to learn this yourself. This is why y'all should pay people like me, man, because we like the sport, so we willing to do this. I wonder if it will let me do that instead. Ooh, I didn't know you could screw them in backwards. That's a life hack. Problem is, will it screw down further down here? Again, me trying new things. I'm screwing the attachment in backwards to see if it will still work. Yeah, man, just leave it. Yours attachment is flawed, and it's so annoying because it's like you almost had it. You genuinely almost had it. And some would say to me, just go for a different rail, but I actually really like this rail. It's like the perfect length for this rifle, like the perfect length, and it's just simple and it's eased nice on the fingers. Like normally when I do these videos, I don't know if y'all have realized already, I'd normally be in gloves, and it's because the metal would be just wearing down my hands and cutting up my hands, whereas this ain't that bad. Maybe the problem is I'm on too early off a rail, because you're gonna want to be able to cover both holes, and maybe that's the problem. Problem for me is maybe I've got it now, but the point I'm trying to make is I'm not using their attachment. So what I'm using is one of these tools right here, which have like wings on both sides to grip the sides, but I shouldn't have to do that because Nuprol sent clips, if that's what they're called, but the clips don't work because they're skinny and the wings aren't long enough. Don't know if y'all can see that compared to that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like I shouldn't, as the user, I shouldn't have to do this because most users ain't got this shit. It's because I'm a tech. And most people haven't got the time to find solutions that when I bought a rail and you guys sent screws and bits with it, it should have fixed that problem. That's why I spent £50 because this rail ain't cheap. It's like 50, 60 quid or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how are you guys charging that money? And the thing you sent with it don't even work. Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna secure this one. Yeah, and look, it's still spinning, bro. This is the thing that's scary, because I'm like, all it takes is for that thing to spin out of place, and now that rail is no longer secure. But what I'm gonna do is just wait it out. See what I'm saying? Now it's no longer on the rail leverage. I'm off it. But that feels like it's off it also. I'm still not on it. That is so hilarious, because this rail came with the kit, and when you push it at its maximum, it's still only halfway through the kit. So are they essentially, let me just tighten it all the way. I want to just see something, because companies who do that are basically saying to you one tighten side should hold the whole rail. I'm not gonna lie, it feels secure. I wanted to say something rude, but it does feel secure. But I'm just like, if that's how you want people to use your kit, you need to say it, because now that I know that, I'm like, okay, it gives me some peace of mind, and I'm applying bare strength and I can't move it, so that gives me peace of mind. But I'm like, I've had to use a longer screw to get this to work the way you guys apparently want it to work, and then still as a user I feel a little insecure because I'm like, it's one screw holding my rail together. I don't like the idea of that. There's a reason why there's 2 holes, right? Yeah, man, this is weird, bro. This actually got me wanting to chuck back that rail on it, but I'm just like, I know it doesn't seat properly. The only way I could get it to seat is, I don't know what I could do. Give me 2 secs. I might manipulate the other rail to go back on because I don't like that little, you see that slight movement that I can get when I apply enough force. I don't like the idea of that with my attachment on it. So that feels secure. But would still sit too much forwards, and then if you get it there, it could sit there on the rail, you know, it could sit somewhere here. The problem is I'd have to cut off this midsection because it's that midsection that's the problem. So I'll leave this to one side as tomorrow's task because I think I want back my rail. It does feel secure, I can't move it, but Nuprol, I feel a bit insecure. It's like when your boyfriend, like your partner, says to you, oh, don't worry about his wood, even though it's bigger than yours. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's like, not that I'm saying that's been said to me, but do you get what I'm saying? That's it. That feels like the vibe here. And the thing with the MCB or whatever they're called, MGP, CQB, is it's a cheap part. They don't make it feel hard. You know it's plastic, but it works. It gets the job done. And I've got their bits on my other rifles. I abuse those guns. I've run into areas, smashed them on CQB pallets. It's alright. Like, they survive. You don't obviously on purposely want to do those things, but I'm saying when I found myself in a scenario where I've slipped or bucked up on a corner or hit a wall, the bit survives, so I can stand on the thing I'm saying. Like I said, it's my CQB gun stock. So I mean, you get paid for promo, but when I like a product, I like a product, and it actually does the job and does it well. Okay, so after 101 years, we've got the rail on. Let's try and close up this video before the camera dies on me. So now, yeah, we've got this on. I'm gonna literally, yeah, let me get the rail back on before I attach it, because I wanna size up where to put it. So we're gonna slide that back over. And that thing you just heard is why I don't like to have the screws too long, because sometimes they rub. That didn't rub, but it sounded like it rubbed. I can see that I'm clearing, but it sounded like it rubbed, and I just don't like the idea. Oh, like a donut, I put one of the screws back in. So we're gonna chuck that one so it's piloted in the right place. And in theory I could just run one, like it does sit in the body very securely, but just like I said earlier, I'm a bougie bee. And I like my stuff done properly. Oh, don't tell me I threw it back in that box. Okay, no, those aren't even the right screws. That's a different set of screws. Yeah, I like my stuff done a certain way. And you will see, y'all will see, because even somebody at the site the other day said to me, they're like, oh, you spend more time in the safe zone and on the range than actually in gameplay. And I was like, I get you're busting a joke, but that's not actually the truth. You get it? That's not actually the truth. However, I understand why that's the opinion. And what I do have to say to that is, when you do see me on the field, do you not see why I spend so much time out there though? Because my gun be outperforming all these £1,000 guns, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we win every game, because I don't think Airsoft is actually about winning every game. You don't, well, I'll speak for myself, I don't necessarily want to win every game of Airsoft, because sometimes you have fun when you lose, or when you try to win and you almost won but you lost, or, do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's not always about winning, but at the same time, that's why I spend the time in the safe zone, because it's important. Like now, I genuinely, yeah, of all the DSG builds, and I'm not even saying this because it's my gun, of all the DSG builds I've seen, I probably reckon I have the best DSG build I've seen. I'd love to link somebody who has a better one. Their gun probably looks better than mine, but I never went for look. Like even this gun, it was genuinely meant to be a sleeper. You were meant to look at it and be like, oh, just a Nuprol body. And then when you come up against me, you're like, what the fuck has this guy got inside that gun? Like that was the idea around it. So we have a rail, and it actually looks nice on there. And then we're gonna screw this back on. And some of you guys might be like, oh, why did you spend the whole 45 minutes just to do that? It's because I don't do cowboyery, and the aim is to eventually respray this whole gun. So if I'm gonna respray it, is it not wise, very wise to, yeah, I want it to seat somewhere in the middle, so when I put my hands around, it sits, yeah. Yeah, there's no cowboyery, so when it's time to respray, it's like there's no tinkling and tinkling. With that cowboy job I had done before, there would have been definitely tinkering and tinkering, and I didn't really want that. Like, I like when I have to do maintenance to a lot of my platform guns, it's very easy. It's like take down, clean, re-grease, back together. It's like, it's very easy, and it's because everything is how I want it, where I want it. Yeah, I'm saying it's the same when I do maintenance stuff like pet boxes and accessories. It's very easy because the gun's already set up the way I want it. So all I'm literally doing is just doing a quick takedown, doing a clean or service to whatever I'm trying to do, and then back active again, just like here. And that's caused the rest of the stuff, and it does feel very secure, I will say that. Yeah, it does feel secure. The thing I like is it's actually in line. That was my one problem before. It wasn't in line with the gun. It was seating like at an angle. Like when I look down the gun now, it feels, yeah, I'm glad I did that. It's like it leans in where I want it. Probably have to recenter. Do I have to recenter it? Nah, it's because I'm so close, that's why. But yeah. I actually really like how this feels, you know. I'm glad I did the roll because it gives me what I was looking for. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I like that. The good thing is I don't actually have to be looking over the side of the gun. I can now look down my barrel. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the video there. Like, guys, it's done. I actually like how it looks. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people not gonna really like this bit of the, it's up to them. I don't care, I love it. This is actually one of my favorite like second-hand builds because I basically just crammed lots of parts and the outcome is really nice. I would like to spray it because I feel like it would look very uniformed if I did, but I want to get at least a season's worth of gaming out of her, and then I'll start maybe respraying her. Maybe, who knows, we'll maybe even do the Fallout build. I've been saying to you guys I should do an actual Fallout build rifle, so maybe we'll buy some blue and yellow spray paint and we'll get to work. I'll see. But yes, until the next one, people. Sorry this video was such a long one, but we had to kind of figure out what was going on with the screws on Nuprol's barrel, and there you are. Just screw one in and screw it really tightly, and obviously don't do damage to your rail, but screw it tightly in because if you notice, it's holding my pet box. Like genuinely, it's holding it very well, and I'm actually trying to apply force. So yes, until the next one, people. Happy shooting. Happy shooting. All right, peace. 7